Bonnie and I are very grateful that all of you could come, and for those who made a special effort to travel from far away in Wisconsin and Pittsburgh and Florida and even Fort Lee. So happy to have everybody here. So first, Laura, where are you?
South.
Oh, you're hiding in the... Okay.
So much in nature.
Just talk fast.
Hi. This week's Torah portion, Lech Lecha, stars a man called Abraham. The Torah first introduces us to Abraham. It is through the first of his 10 tests from God. This first test is Lech Lecha me'artzecha u'mimolatzecha u'mibeit avicha el ha'aretz asher arecha. Go for yourself from your land, your birthplace, and your father's house to the land that I'll show you. The language here is very interesting. The words Lech Lecha appear only in one other place in the Torah. At the very end of next week's Torah portion, God says to Abraham, Kach na et birucha et iftidacha asher ahavta et Yitzchak v'lech lecha el aretz ha'moriah v'alehu sham la'olah al achad ha'horim asher amori lecha. Take now your son, your only one that you love, Yitzchak, and go for yourself to the land of Moriah and send him up as an offering on one of the mountains that I will point out to you. This is the famous command that introduces the nearest sacrifice of Isaac. God starts off the command with Lech Lecha, just like he does in this week's Torah portion. There must be a greater connection between these two tests than the words Lech Lecha alone. What is the connection? Rabbi Shalom Berzovsky, the Rabbi of Slonim, teaches us that these Lech Lecha tests represent the two kinds of tests that God gives us. He quotes an idea from Rav Levi and explains that the first test that God presents Abraham with is the test of leaving his comfort zone by trusting God to show him to a new and unknown place. The second test that God presents him with is a test of ultimate sacrifice. The first test represents a normal, everyday challenge. Leaving one's comfort zone is something that we are faced with all the time. We don't consider it strange or out of the ordinary to meet new people, go to new places, or even try new foods. While these things may not come easily, we can still anticipate them. The second test represents a completely unexpected challenge. It's not every day you're asked to sacrifice your most valuable possession. We learn from Abraham that we must be ready for both kinds of tests. Abraham's greatness is that he approached both challenges in the very same way, as an opportunity to become closer with God. While he could not choose what he was faced with, he could always choose how he would face the challenge. Another person, though not from the Torah, who teaches us this same lesson is a man called Janusz Korczak. Korczak was born in Poland in 1878 and was a writer and a children's doctor. In the early 1900s, he became the director of an orphanage. He wrote books that influenced raising and teaching children. During the Holocaust, Janusz Korczak worked in the Warsaw Ghetto in an orphanage as a doctor. But since the children had no teachers, he also became their teacher. They didn't have parents, so he became their father, and also he became their friend. On August 5th, 1942, Nazis came to Janusz Korczak's orphanage to collect the children. Their destination would be the death camp, Treblinka. As in the past, Janusz Korczak refused the Nazis' offer of special protection and insisted that he go with his children. He would not let them go alone. To make sure that they would not be afraid, he told them they were simply going on a short trip. They were dressed in their best clothes and took a favorite book or toy along. Korczak led the 200 children singing through the ghetto on their way to deportation to Treblinka. He had them singing until their very last seconds of life, which unfortunately ended in the gas chambers. Rather than dying screaming and crying, they died singing. Maybe, in Korczak's mind, they were just going closer to God. He couldn't control what was about to happen. He and his children were, without question, about to die. If he could control how he met the challenge. He He shows how to live and how to die. As Professor Dr. Pausch said in his last lecture, I can't control the cards I'm dealt, just how I play the game. Now that I am a bat mitzvah, the way I face challenges and the decisions I make will matter more than they used to. While the challenges I face are not on the same level as those faced by Abraham and Yanush Korcha, I can still learn from their experiences. From Abraham, we learn that both everyday and unexpected challenges are opportunities to serve God. And from Yanush Korcha, we learn that the way you face the challenges is as important as the decision you make. Loyalty and responsibility are among the most important values of being a Jew. I express my loyalty to God through the responsibility of keeping the commandments between man and God. I show loyalty to my family and friends through the responsibility of keeping the commandments between man and his fellow man. I want to thank my teachers for helping me along my path, and Grandma Marion, who taught me to cook, and Grandpa Seth, who taught me how to fish and does puzzles with me. Both of you have always been there for me. And Grandma Judy for her wonderful visits to Florida, and for our wonderful visits to Florida and her wonderful visits here. And Uncle Peter, who introduced me to baseball games, and Aunt Sarah, who taught me how to babysit. And Annie and Alex, my very first charges, and they're my wonderful cousins. To Uncle Mitchell and Uncle David, who are always a lot of fun. And Adina, you're always there to play with me when I'm bored, and you're always laughing at my bad jokes. To my parents, who did all the preparations for my bat mitzvah, and my dad, who's the computer whiz of the family, and taught me Hebrew as soon as I learned English. He gave me my wonderful sense of bad humor and made the slideshow and the video. To my mom, who's taken care of me all my life and does all the errands and cooks the best rosemary chicken in the world, thank you all for helping me reach this day.